Okay, really? Okay. Hello. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? It is Monday, February 16th. I am so glad to be here. I am feeling much better. I apologize having to suddenly cancel last Friday. It was one of those things. I was getting sick and I could just tell by the hour as things were going on that I was just getting worse and worse and worse. And there was no way I could have pulled it off. But interesting thing though, I thought for certain I was getting the flu because my bones ached so badly, but I didn't have a fever. And I was anticipating Saturn going into Aries and how that would feel. And as it went into Aries, it's like my bone pain was disappearing. Saturn rules the bones. It was at its very most final degree in Pisces, the endings of all endings, and begins again. So let me say hello to you guys. Glad to see you guys here. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Sue. She made it. Hi, Jenny Wells. Hi, Caroline. Thank you very much. Hi, Moonchild. And Denise. And Just Joy. How are you guys doing? Are you guys enjoying the Olympics? I'm a little upset because my DirecTV says I should be able to watch the Canadian women's hockey, but it never came up. So I'm a little disappointed in that. But, hi, Miro1. Beverly. Yeah, you know what? I had an interesting observation about the Olympics because there's also this concurrent theme, I think, happening in the United States where people are waking up to what's going on and they're really coming together. I keep having E pluribus unum, the U.S. motto, come to mind. E pluribus unum. It's out of many, one. And just, watching the figure skating, everyone hit so many high expectations for our quad god, our guy Ilya, and other skaters. But so far from what I've seen, the skaters individually have underperformed. They haven't done so well. I haven't watched it yet very much today. But they started off together as a team winning the gold medal. And I just thought, what an incredible metaphor for this time of E pluribus unum. Who knows? We'll see. Yes, hello, Sean's mom, Jules Ever After, Cynthia, and our fellow forest dwellers. Hi, Dorothy. Thank you very much. Oh, yay! They're in the hockey gold medal game. Well, of course they are. We had we all assumed that. Oh, you guys were talking about that. It was another day. Oh, yeah. Watching the skaters fall was terrible. You know what? I just saw a screenshot of a fall, and I was like, that was enough for me to wince. Okay. So there were things I wanted to talk about last week because we had this Friday the 13th. And we're going to actually have 2 consecutive Friday the 13th, you guys. I think next month we have another one. Or was it last? I can't remember. But we are having 2 consecutive Friday the 13th. And, come Friday last week, so we had Saturn, that big planet ruling your bones, that big planet of authority, structures, the establishment, go into Aries where Neptune was already there. And so Neptune is opposite of that. Neptune is very nebulous. It is watery. It's inspirational. It can be deceptive. Oh my goodness, she needs this. I hope you guys can't hear them barking. But it's like it can allude to maybe this conjunction, secret groups. But also, as we have the fire of Aries burning off the Neptunian haze, it's like these secret groups have been revealed. Okay, I'm sorry, just a minute. This is obnoxious. Coco! Stop. Come here. My goodness. Coco! You want this? Maybe she'll come and get one. Okay, well, we'll see how long that lasts. I even have my door shut. Oh! Coco! Come here. Coco! What's it? Coco! Come on. You have to come up here and get it. There you go. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. I think because it's so nice outside, everybody is walking their dogs or out and about walking. You know, everyone's gotten home. But anyway, let's get back to the Saturn Neptune thing. So what we're having people wake up to the deception that's kind of all around us, vast. And we're having consequences, which are like obstacles. That is Saturnian. You can't go any further. You're out of our structure. So you have a lot of people last week being held accountable. Saturn holds things accountable. Saturn is responsible. It governs time, father time. It has to do with karma and doling that out. So we're having a really different flavor now with this Saturn Neptune. They're now conjunct in the sign of Aries. They reach their maximum, their exact conjunction on the 20th, and then they separate. And with all of these conjunctions like this in Saturn Neptune, throughout history, we've seen this happen. I think I explained this at the last live, but just to remind you guys, it has always had to do with like secret groups, maybe paranoia. It had to do like when the Catholic Church outlawed Freemasonry, the Freemasons. They're Freemasons. And recently, like with McCarthyism, my gosh, I am having a really hard time with my thoughts. I've got the sun and Uranus and the moon squaring off with my Mercury. So I apologize if this seems really garbled. I really want to keep this simple. So we have gone through these cycles in the past. But this time it is really, really different. That Saturn Neptune operates in like 36-year cycles. Well, a lot of has happened in this last 36-year cycle, especially since 2020. We are going to get back to that because even that itself is getting hammered. But when you go back in history, I have not double checked this, but when you go back in history and you look at the times we've had the Saturn-Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees Aries, you're going back thousands and thousands of years on the level of 4,000 years. I don't know if someone found that exact date or they just gave up after 4,000 years. I mean, that is in a totally different era. You know, we're in the, Pluto's in Aquarius. It was in Pisces. So 4,000 years ago, that would take us back to Aries and Taurus again, those eras. So this is a very unique time for new beginnings. And on top of it, that 0 degrees Aries point, that is the most powerful point in a chart. We all have 0 degrees Aries somewhere in a chart. Our charts. Aries, is the new zodiac year. It's ushering in spring. It's time for new growth. It is a time of new beginnings. It's a time of basically forgiving because you don't have time to pay attention to all that stuff from the past. We hope that like Pisces kind of healed that stuff off. And now we're off to new beginnings, new horizons, new ventures. and with enthusiasm and excitement. Aries is the god of war. It's the warrior. Its ruler Mars comes upon your defense to protect you, but also to go forward and attack. So, and we have this, we're having this eclipse at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning with the sun and moon at 28 degrees Aquarius. It arrives on the Lunar New Year. Again, these are really, really big things that are happening in just this very compact amount of time. This window of this eclipse with the arrangements of the planets really are going to propel us forward for several thousand years again. It is that unique. How are you guys doing? Oh, just joy. Anyone else see the picture of Epps with security in Israel? You know what? This is going to get really, really interesting with him. Stuff is starting to come out about him and their red flag country, which I'm like, oh my gosh, here we are. I've been waiting for this. Okay, so I know there is still debate as to whether or not he's alive or not. He's dead. For me, he's dead. He's always been dead. There's never been a shred of doubt for that for me. So, but I can definitely see that the seeds that he planted, they have taken root. And it's like all these back deal things that he was working on with other governments, other intelligence systems, other groups of people around the world. It's almost like all those pieces got divvied up and different people are in charge of those. And it's like all those pieces now have, come together as we're realizing through these files and coming to light around the world. And it's almost like all those factions now, it's like they have to stay together because they know each and every one of the other ones has the compromat on them as well. This is going to be a real struggle and a really big push and pull that's happening actually throughout the course of this Saturn and Aries. I will tell you, I am getting a sense this Saturn and Aries is going to feel really frustrating, you guys. I could get a sense of it as we push into spring and into the summer, and I think this is why our 4th of July with the Mars-Uranus conjunction at 3 degrees Gemini is really, it's like people have had it. There's just going to be mass revolts. It's just, there are revolts here and there, but again, we're all still coming together. Oh my goodness, there she goes again. Fuzzy May, I don't want to live in unique times. I know we're kind of tired, but you guys, you know what? If you're still here, you absolutely 100% signed up for this, because the fact that we made it out of 2020 alive, like that was a miracle in itself, because of, again, all of these synods, these big planets' behavior, again, didn't happen for thousands of years again, So we threaded that needle, we got through that, and then it's like, oh, this is coming up next. I was anticipating more of the squares and the oppositions we were going to have to deal with as we were coming out of 2020, but we see that there's a whole lot more. Now, so I'm going to tell you how else this is going to impact us. A lot of change. So you guys know, I have talked at length about 2020 as the Great Reset, and I mostly attribute that to the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in 2020. This was, I call it the Great Reset. Because with these two planets in Capricorn, that is a change in world power and world structure and structure of governments, be they local governments or at a federal level. There would be a change in that regard. But here's the thing. That was in Capricorn. Capricorn and Pluto especially really usher in, a very much kind of like an authoritarian type of rulership and really establish, oh my goodness, she's going to drive me crazy. So, and that is where power is exercised from the top down, okay? In Aquarius, rulership and governing comes from the bottom up. So in that regard, we've got Pluto and Aquarius here. They are at odds. There are changes that are coming. Now, here, oh my goodness, that was in 2020. Every 7 years, it takes 28 years for Saturn to come back to where it was. So I was expecting, 2027, things are going to be shaken up. And then I was expecting 2014. And then I was expecting 2021. And then coming back here to like 2028. Okay? Wait, my math is off. 2027, what am I doing? 24. 31, 48. Sorry about that. So this is kind of what I was having in mind. I knew that as we hit 2027, there was going to be a shakeup here. Whatever was being established at the Great Reset. Hi there. You're going to stay here. Come here, Maui. No, Coco, you stay here. Okay. Sorry about that. I knew that whatever was being established here at the first quarter of this, it would create a lot of tension. Now, we saw the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn. Like I said, it really works towards like an authoritarian form of government. And hello, we've got that sprawling out around the world with different factions. We've all seen everything go hard to the right. And we've also seen now that Neptunian piece that we couldn't see before, the guy who was like orchestrating all this stuff, kind of like Oz. So this is a cycle that we're in. I was expecting that, but here we are. We're getting ready to hit this quarter, not opposition, but this crisis is coming up. And in the midst of it, here we are in this massive era of change. And it is going to force everybody, whether you're on this side or that side, with Aries being who you are and your identity. It has to do with, relates to the ego. It relates to your vision you have set for that you are taking off in this lifetime without looking back. It is forcing everyone to rethink those things. It is really, really interesting how this is playing out. So not only do we have this solar eclipse at the lunar new moon, it's like everybody has something to say. There is a lot of tension in this chart. And the word that I had here before was vast. There is so much vast energy, vast ideals, visions, imagery, vast, deception. But in Aries, that fire is burning off that deception. Things are coming to light. But this is worldwide. I know that, here in the United States, we definitely are in our media is blocked. We are not seeing all the media that is out there, the news that is out there. It is really hard to get around the news stories that are happening, getting around major media and exactly what they want to show us and what's happening. You guys, I know I like my VPN where I connect through Canada. Well, I just went to CBC today to see what's going on. It's like, oh my gosh, there's so much happening out there, but we have had our algorithms, our social media pared down so specifically where so many things are blocked out. And then they have our algorithms that can further divide us from one another. It is really interesting fine-tuned machine that they've got going on there. Now, I am really happy to hear that it sounds like the rest of the world is wanting to do something about that. I'm so grateful that, you know, our allies, the people that rely upon, they are really taking they're taking control of this and behaving the way you should. The way you should with Saturn and keeping people accountable. How are you guys doing? Okay. Whoever signed that soul contract wasn't me. I know. It is hard. It is hard. They are exciting times. If you wanted to see this world active, going through so much change, ushering in a new era that is truly on behalf of humanity and the greater good, it's really pushing the boundaries how we've understood life here on Earth. And now I am just, UFOs are coming to my mind, and like satellites, but it's like our world is pressing out more. And so it's like, this is the time, starting in 2020, where everything flipped over. We were forever changed. There was no way we could ever go back to how things were. Even if Biden won or Kamala won this election cycle, there is no way we could go back to that because everything has changed. And here we are now with this Saturn Neptune that is further going to dissolve things. It has the promise of great new beginnings, but things are really going to dissolve. We have Saturn, which is in its fall in Aries. It doesn't like to do that. This is going to be really hard, you guys. This is where I'm sensing a lot of frustration too. Oh, oops. So like I said, Aries represents new beginnings. It's the spring. Aries, the ram, they like to go off, bound off, and do whatever they want. They can tend to be impulsive. They can tend to have, hard heads. They are really can be off on a whim and not finish up the details. But Aries has the job of pulling the whole zodiac into a new season. So Saturn is going to be limiting that Aries energy, that fire. You want to get up and do something, but blocked. You can't do that. Or you put all this energy trying to create something new. It's like, oh, you know what? That's not going to work either. There are some other things that are falling apart that need to be tended to first. This feels like a ton of frustration for the masses. I know that there are a lot of people that are going to want to take off with new projects, especially dealing with our government the way that it is. But it's like these groups are going to come together, but it's going to be really hard to get anything off the ground. But that also goes for the other side. What are they trying to get off the ground? What are the structures that they're trying to build? Are those warehouses? And slowly but surely, a lot of those plans are falling apart. They can't get it to go. We see Neptune, that planet that is inspiring. It can create illusions, but you have those people working, the icy people, who had this idea of going to work for the government, and this is what it was going to solve. And I was going to make a lot of money, doing this. But again, the fire is burning off the deception, and they're seeing what really is at stake here. They're kind of at odds with each other. They're tired, blah, 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 blah. Tiniest violin. It's happening everywhere, okay? Now, when we have this solar eclipse, this is the other thing that's happening, and it's so very subtle. You got to grab some cards. Okay, I'm going to grab some cards. Which ones am I'm going over here. I'm going over here. Okay. So we have the sun. We're going to put, we should do red. So we have the sun. And this is the time of the the year when you have a solar eclipse that the moon moves exactly in front of the sun. And the sun is eclipsed. We just have, oh, this is just such a terrible drawing example. So the moon covers the sun. This is, I don't think that this is not a total solar eclipse, but anyway, so it totally covers the sun. The moon eclipses the sun. The sun represents a solar figure, a leader. The moon represents the people. So it's like the moon eclipses the light of the sun and is dominant. It starts this new cycle and it determines where things go, okay? With the nature of Saturn and Neptune here, it's going to behave in a way where we think we know what is going on, but we have to wait for, like I was on a walk today and I was seeing all these long shadows and I was like, that's it. You have to wait until in the shadows you can see things that are revealed or things you could not see in the light, okay? So like when there's an eclipse, like how all the scientists, they get out there and they're excited because they're going to take pictures of what the sun is doing with the moon in front of it. And they get all of these really cool images with the moon creating a silhouette over the sun. And that's where they're able to measure all the things that they can't see with particles from the sun. It's very much like that. It's like the moon is eclipsing what the sun says it is. But it's like in the shadows, we are going to see more of what's really going on here. Remember, the sun is in its fall in Aquarius, so it's not strong there. But the moon, it's almost like it can take even more power in that regard. So I want to see, bad guys. I just want to see Don Julio as a solar figure eclipsed by the people. Okay. Oops, what is that? This just came bounding out. We're just going to put that here. Now we're going to turn it. Oh. Donald, the sun, he is planning to cast judgment. His judgment's having to do with how he decides that he is running this nation. This is a Scorpio card. I got it. He wants to cast judgment upon us. And what he's trying to cover up from the people are all those files. But as the moon, we the people, eclipse that sun, it's like we're seeing even more filter out. What's standing in front of him with this eclipse? And it's a challenge. Ooh, the Ten of Cups. I just got Republican Party. And it's the people who are so upset with him. It is filtering down to his party. We all know on the left, we've been sick of this guy forever. This has been a shock. There are some people, some MAGA that I follow on Twitter, and I always have to tell myself, don't reply, don't like it. You don't even know if these are real accounts. But I just go there to get the basic tone, the sense of what's going on. The freak out with these guys is off the charts. It's gotten to like, yeah, the left was right, but how could we be deceived? I'm like, oh my gosh, you knew I was a snake when you let me in. Hello. And so there's a lot of crying. One woman hadn't been able to shower in like 4 days and is trying to take care of her family. What do I do? This is horrible. I'm like, hey, we were there back in 2016. You'll be fine. But this is earth-shattering for them. So this is Donald getting eclipsed by his own people. Tell me more about his base, his people. His base, his people. Oh, boy. The Temperance card, they would take the narrative and be like, yeah, this is what he means. What is it? He doesn't always mean what he says, and however they justify that stuff. But it's almost like all those talking points and the law and everything has been turned over on its head. This is not a good thing. This is a Jupiterian card. We've got Jupiter retrograde, so that fits in Cancer with Americans. They don't buy what he is selling. So these people eclipsing the sun, and then through this cycle, what is it that they're going to see? Like this in the solar energies. The Nine of Pentacles, they are going to, oh gosh. Yeah, the elites, how they paid for it, how they have been collecting their money through the people. They're going to see all these people, maybe they thought were heroes, but they're really looking at where the money is coming from. And it's almost like they want to go to target practice and shoot that bird, shoot all these plates. They are furious. This is what they're seeing on the outside. Inside, as e pluribus unum goes, what is happening with that side? E pluribus unum, Eight of Pentacles reversed. So this was their machine. This is like media influencers, getting out the formula. This is what I'm going to amplify. This is who I'm following. This is what I should tag team off, and this is what I should produce. This is what I should provoke. I'm, very much attuned to this whole process for me. But hello, welcome to the real world. That machine was always turned against the Democrats. People are always like, why don't the Dems do this? Why can't they say this? Why? They need to get the narrative. It's like, yeah, we know, but we can't because the entire machine is rigged against us. We will never, ever be, at the top of the headlines unless they want us to be there. We will never be able to set the narrative. Even when we're in charge, look at all the times when Biden was in charge and the media still drowned him out. We could never find out about all the good things that they were doing. So this is the journey that they're having with this eclipse. Now, I've been saying, Don Julio and all them, if you're rushing into new beginnings with this Aries energy, you're establishing roots, Saturn, Neptune, you're being inspired by new ideas. You have the benefit of your warriors that believe in you. You don't want to start off this energy on your heels. Saturn has to do with structure. You're on your heels. You are grinding down into the earth whatever you're trying to get started. I just got failure. It doesn't work. Look at no. This is my no card. No, it's not going to work. They're not going to get this off the ground. The Queen of Swords. Is this quartz? This is international. And you guys, that stuff is coming out internationally. Do you guys get this? Hi, you guys. Hi, Shelby. Yeah, Don Julio absolutely is being exposed to his base. They are furious. I just saw a guy who just went off, swearing at him, and he had his baseball hat on. He turned it forward, and it had an AR symbol on it with, was it pedo hunter or pedo killer? He's like, yeah, this is what we're all thinking about. I was like, ooh, boy. Fuzzy May, all my friends are doing that right now. Dennis, we're going to find out a lot of things we were taught wasn't right, and so we'll be learning things that are right, and we will all go through this. Yeah, it's like every single person of our vast network and our vast ideas on what democracy is, everybody's going to have things turned over. What? I don't have anything here. It's all going to get turned upside down. You can go back downstairs. She's staring at me. I don't have any trees. You can go downstairs. Okay? Just no barking. We'll see how long that. Okay, I'll sit here. Oh my goodness. She is a golden. Can you guys hear her? I even took you guys for a walk to wear you out. Okay. Yes, there's going to be a lot that I think is going to shock us. When they say people aren't ready for what's to happen, I think, yes, the grotesque and the horrors of it all. I'm sorry, what is going on with me? The grotesqueness, the horrors, the awfulness of it all. There's a reason why she called y'all deplorable. But I feel like this is going further about government structure and hurting our nation, our people for a very long time, because this America right now, it is just so different after World War II. It is so different. I mean, there's technology and all that, but it is so vastly different. And I think we're going to be finding stuff about our history too. But again, hello, Aries, new beginnings. And you have to understand that in the USA chart, our lower heaven, the bottom of our chart, what we're grounded in as a nation, Aries, the individual, the warrior, fighting for your independence, is where we've all come from. We've come from many places. Oh, good, he's home. I still got to shut my door. But this is our foundation. Neptune dissolves things where the haze burns off. We're going to have some illusions about who we are and where we're going, where we come from. But Neptune also heals and inspires. We are going to have Saturn here, which is going to make us have a really good look at what is really going on here and deciding which foundation we're going to build upon. And the nature of Saturn, she doesn't let you move on until you got your shite together. You just cannot progress. And this is where a lot of frustration is going to come in for all sorts of people, because we can't get things going. We need to change, and it's just going to be so difficult to happen. On top of it, this solar eclipse, it's like we're on a race. There is so much freedom-seeking energy. There is so much energy built up here. It's like you really are going to have to look at everything thoughtfully, and the changes that you're going to be faced with that are going to come out of the blue. It's like, okay, you got to like prepare your body so you're not shocked by everything that happens, and just protecting yourself and your energies. But looking at that stuff, feeling all your feelings and being like, okay, this is what's changed. And you're going to have to change your own mental structures to deal with it. And the reason why you're going to have to change your mental structures is because, again, Aries rules the head and the contents of the head. The ego will not win this battle. Sorry, Don Julio. The ego will not win this battle. It is going to force things to slow down in how ideas are processed before you can go on. Oh, there's so much I want to say about that. And then this is going to be like 2.5 years or so. We are working specifically on these fourth house matters, who we are as a people and our defenses, how we defend and protect our country. It is going to feel like during this time, we're just really not going a whole lot of anywhere. There's going to be times we're going to feel like it's spinning, but there will always be this undeniable quest, this drive to get this crap sorted out, because when Saturn goes into Taurus, that's when things lock in with ourselves, where we're going, and the presidents that we choose, our leaders that we choose. You guys got that? I'm afraid not. Our U.S. history is less heroic than we've been led to be. Oh, you are not kidding. Holy crap. I am on, you guys, on, I don't know if it's PBS or WTT. Well, locally it's WTTW, but your public broadcasting station, there is a mini series that came out. I still haven't gotten past the first episode. I think there's 6 episodes, but it's called The American Revolution. And oh my gosh, to think of things in the terms of how it was going on there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It is a wonder that we were able to survive like we did. However, there's some parallels right now to what's going on here with our Pluto return. And being over to overturn a king that is absolutely in our history and in our legacy. And then also to have a king want to impose their will upon us. And also, unfortunately, being attacked by the other or with it. So yeah, it's like that reality's coming. We've kind of been in this fog and this idealism about our history and where we've gone, Neptune. But the vastness of our American Revolution, I did not realize how much of the world it touched everything. That's why it was so unique in history in general. But I know I grabbed this deck. Nancy, haha, one of those already came out of the blue. On Friday, the company I work for announced we're being acquired. So Friday, that's when Saturn went to Aries. Oh, hi, you guys, we're being acquired. We're going to have a new structure we're going to build here. And so Saturn has to do with your foundation. Neptune dissolves things. So Neptune is dissolving those things related to your structure of how you guys were to where you're going to go. Oh, and by the way, we're having a Mercury retrograde next week. So we're not going to remember any of this. And this is going to sound like oh my gosh. Talk about, I'm sorry, being lost in a haze and a fog. You know what? It's almost like pack it in, deal with it. We'll get to our new moon to spring, okay? But it's like, this is not a time for really, really building new things. We need to sit with things, think about them, see the aura of the sun, the information that we're missing to apply it to the bigger picture, okay? Dennis, the Mandela effect collapsed in 2012. I'm trying to think of what 2012. Neptune went into Pisces, I believe, in 2012. That is interesting. Okay, I am missing part of this conversation. Ken Burns, yes, he's the one. I think he's the one that's doing it. I'm afraid not. Merc Retro eats the Donald Live. You guys, okay. We need to get to that. He's in a world of hurt, you guys. And come 7 a.m. on the Eastern time zone tomorrow, he's going to wake up and notice something has changed in this world. Boy, is he in a difficult space. Okay, I wanted to use this deck. Now, this was for the lunar part of the eclipse. This was more about Don Julio and how he was being eclipsed. Remember, the sun is a leader. So we, the people, all of us normal people out here on the perimeter, but we as Americans, we need to do one for the world, our allies, because I'm glad you guys are going on without us. It hurts, but I'm glad you guys have to. You just can't wait for us to get our act together. Okay. And I'm so proud of AOC and Newsom for going abroad for that conference in Munich. Did you hear her talk? Oh my gosh, she's brilliant. Okay. What am I doing? This deck, I want to see we the people eclipsing leader. So show me leader. This is leader. This is the way I'm like getting like a bunch of candles in a row, like on a ledge. Like everybody is standing so, like it almost like you can't see this dude anymore. This is how we stand in front of him. And at the base of this 1 degree Aries, well, this conjunction, new structures. We are focused here. We the people. The moon. We are ruled by the new moon. We've been going through this forever with this guy. Can't get rid of him. But here we are again, contemplating these things. We're in a new space. The Empress. I'm getting that we are ripe with potential. The High Priestess. Look at all this major arcana. The High Priestess, there you have the inspiration on where we want to go as a people. And the Hierophant, we're at a 5. This is our structure. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. 4 major arcana. I shuffled these too. Okay, so this is our solar leader. Here, I'm going to move this back. This is our solar leader. The 4 of Cups. Oh boy, you're just on the 4. It's like, what do we do now? Ace 2, 3. We got X done this year. Last year finished. We are doing stuff with the ICER. But now this 4 of Cups, which way do I go? Which way do I go? Pushing a rock. Which way do I go? He's really looking at how he got here and how to go forward. Let me get my glasses. What do we have here? These are flowers. This is in the air, condensation. Air bringing water. Okay. I don't know what that's about. Okay, so this is Dear Leader getting eclipsed. This is how we are standing in front of him and eclipsing him. We've got the King of Wands. We've got some leadership. We've got the 2 of Wands. We've got a plan. We've got the Ace of Cups reversed. We are not taking your shite. This Cups, you know, I've always said our Americans, this is not who we are. You're doling this out. We're having none of it. We have the King of Cups, a leader that is empathic and understanding. And we have the 3 of Swords, the betrayal. So looking at all these together, we have, you're trying to sell us on this crap. We will have none of it. And even though we're heartbroken, what? We are heartbroken. We have cast our own judgment upon you. We are never going to forget. And the foundation for us as Americans, that we're rebuilding this new foundation. We have all these ideas. The Wheel of Fortune. I'm getting that we're going to be patient. We are going to wait until everything is firing on all cylinders that is favoring us. But it's like we know we have fortune on our side, but we have to be careful, but we're wise enough to know when to act, when not to act. Oh my gosh, you guys. Caroline, people are shocked in every country that their leaders, influential people, yes. Influential people and the institutions. I mean, I always wondered why is it always Harvard? Why is Harvard always getting caught up in this? Well, now we know. Now we know how deep that was. And you know, if you guys have been with me since the start, I have been talking ad nauseum. I think that the entire first summer, 2019, where I was doing my videos when I was doing them on the Queen's Tarot channel, it was like everything was about the Mercers and Cambridge Analytica and how they were dealing with data with Bannon, with Flynn, and the transnational. I was calling them the six wands mob, because that card kept showing up for me as like them celebrating like celebrities and marching around the world to do their thing, because it's like you had someone doing the data, someone doing the apps. It was just a very, very well oiled machine. And I am just so happy finally to see people putting that together. I love seeing, I don't have TikTok, but I can watch some of those vids in other ways. Like for some reason, those will show up on Twitter and you don't have to go look for them. But anyway, I am so relieved, because I'm like, I'm just too old to do this stuff. But that the kids out there who are now connecting the dots and saying this data is related to this, and they did this with Cambridge Analytica, and this is what happened, and this is what happened, and ta-da, they're figuring it out. And part of me wants to say, okay, go back. Okay, what happened in 2016? So, but I am just relieved they are figuring it out, and the information's getting out there. And because this is so vast, it's going to keep coming out. And this is why he just cannot. The felon's not having oh yeah, it is President's Day. I totally forgot. I was like, what did I drive by? I'm like, why isn't everyone in school? Oh, that was the movie theater. I was like, oh yeah, it's Father's Day. It's President's Day. Yeah, I'm afraid not. I'm so glad those TikTok videos can show up on Twitter, because I am not going to give them my data, because it is so much worse. Now, what do I want to do? Yes, new beginning. Okay. So since we were talking about the past back then, 2019, let's just do solar, lunar. North node was in Leo. We're just going to say the south node was in Aquarius. And that started, then we had the year of 2020 and the Saturn, Pluto, Capricorn ushering in all this far right crap around the globe, and these structures that are raining down on us, because in the USA chart, this was in the 10th house, in the skies above us for everyone to see and discuss. Okay. That was the other thing I didn't like about that chart. I'm like, whatever changes are coming right over us. So now, this solar eclipse tomorrow at 7 a.m. on the East Coast, with Saturn, Neptune there in Aries, that we haven't seen like that for 4,000 years, beginning of a lunar year, lots of changes ahead. These flip. So now the solar is the south node. The lunar has the north node. So it's like all this crap that was established by a solar leader over the people. We're starting this new, is it a 2-year cycle? Or is it 18 months? I think it's like 2 years. Where these nodes flipped signs. So now the solar south node is in Leo, north node in Aquarius. And what this means is that, like, when we have a new moon eclipse, when we are doing our new moon wishes together, those are the seeds that we plant for like the next lunar cycle. It could be for this season. For Don Julio, that was his seeds that he planted was for his authoritarianism around the world. Well, that has now peaked. The node has now come across, the north node has come back to Aquarius. The people. These are groups of people that get to lay the seeds in the foundation. And the south node just really is kind of coasting. Like, yeah, I did all that, but it can't really create much more. The south node in Leo rules the heart. It rules the back. Don Julio has problems with both of them. His Leo stellium, much of that sign is in his 12th house, which is like, hospitals, prisons, places you heal, where you're isolated. But then, his ascendant is Leo 29. I want to point this out to you because of this 12th house matter. So where he had all of his secrets then, on the seeds he was planning to make happen around the world for putts, because he loves putts, well, that worked then in the secrets. The secret is out. There is nothing new in the secrets. But with the people now, we are waking up. This is in the USA third house of communications, the internet, publishing, negotiations, contracts. You know, it's your neighborhoods, it's your siblings, extended family. So it's like we have the North Node, whereas that North Node worked to divide us. Well, it can't do that anymore. This is going to unite us, okay? Because we're a Cancerian nation. Cancer is about the home and the family, the mother, the child being nurtured and protected. So what am I doing? So can you show me how it is we the people, starting with this cycle with the with this lunar eclipse? Wait, no, the eclipse is in Aquarius. I don't think the nodes shift for a couple months more. But anyway, this opens the door to the lunar year, which is the rare fire horse, something else to discuss, but I want to know, what is this kicking off? Okay, Don Julio can no longer do what to us? He can no longer do this to us. The Queen of Swords. He can no longer rule us by his rules. Intelligence. Because queens are nations, but they're also like organizations, 8 clusters of groups. And he's not going to be able to use that upper hand of intelligence against us. What was he doing before successfully that he'll no longer be able to do? He will no longer be able to do this. The Nine of Wands. He will no longer keep us on defense. His powers to intimidate us will no longer work. So he can't divide us, correct? What? He can no longer divide us. The Three of Cups. We are coming together. That is what this lunar eclipse is going to do for us. Because our superpowers are going to be strength reversed. Oh, taking down the strength of that opposition and all the influence he had, like with the rusher helping him. This has always been kind of like a rusher strength card to me. I should say, it's the Epsi strength. That's what it is. That's why I always saw it as a strength card. He can no longer exert that transnational influence upon us. And in its place, we are fostering new seeds of the magician, how we're going to do it, how we are going to brainstorm and bring our talents together, and it plants seeds for us to Seven of Pentacles reversed, to reinvest in ourselves, because they've been taking everything. It's like, no, you can't have that. You cannot expend all your military against us, or their weapons cache against us. How do we overcome him? We overcome him. This relates to that. Justice, the scales of justice working to our favors. But this is information sharing too. I get this very much is how he decides to, the quid pro quos. You're not going to be able to have that influence upon us. He's trying to relate back to us then, the Seven of Swords with theft. And we're like, nope, bye-bye. You cannot do that. But we have this Saturnian presence, the thing that's going to be frustrating us into the sun. How are we going to be most frustrated as a people? The King of Pentacles, the person who has the money, who has the purse strings, the people who are in charge. Yes, absolutely. That is going to be very frustrating. Because it's been consolidation of power. Something's got to give. What's got to give? What's going to give with this consolidation of power being used against us? This is what gives. The Six of Swords. I was thinking of us being peaceful. We're going to be louder. But what gives, I'm also seeing help coming to the shores, not meaning someone's coming to save us, but help as far as intelligence coming ashore and refugees and people needing help. Look at are there people in the water here? We're going to break that power because, no, she's in the boat. We're all coming together to get to calmer waters. Oh boy, I was just going to say something I forgot. As TMBG said, Mr. Jesus is very far away. I don't know who TMBG is. Did you guys hear John Ossoff, his speech at church the other day? Yesterday? He said about America. We're all Americans. We don't have an identification as this or that because we are a people. That is exactly it. We are a people. Oh, they might be... Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, let's... So something's got to give with this eclipse. I did not print out a chart. But so I've tried to explain to you guys what's happening with this Saturn, Neptune in Aries. It is going to be a long haul. It's going to be frustrating. It's going to inspire. It's going to deceive. But the thing is, wool's been pulled off. It's being pulled off our eyes. People can see clearly from both sides, and we need both sides to come together. This is 0 degrees Aries. We have some planets in Aquarius, Pluto, Sun, Moon. We have Mercury and Mars in Pisces. We have Uranus in Taurus. We have Jupiter in Cancer. So we have some things are harmonious, like these water signs, Pisces and Cancer, Mercury and Venus, people, children, our value, our worth, women, children, groups of women and children, and talking harmoniously with families and our roots and our nation. And in the middle of it, we have Uranus at 28 degrees. That is the pressure reliever. It's like, it's right now, yes, we are being attacked out of the blue, suddenly in different places. But this is the real standoff. This is where this is the square between Uranus and Taurus, Pluto, Sun, Venus, Mars, and Aquarius. Uranus, that's that planet that craves freedom. They want to break loose. We have all these planets in the sign of Aquarius where we're having this solar eclipse where we, the people, are feeling urged to break loose. In the meantime, we are reassessing our foundations in this nation, what's really real, what's deception, what are we building upon. But it has a nice relationship here. Thank goodness. It'll be a nice sextile so that we won't be at war with ourselves in different places. But this is a real shakeup. And the thing is, This is really problematic for Donald's health. He has over here, he has his Pluto, Mars, and his ascendant all in Leo. So it's like the thing where he craves power, how he's, quote, charismatic, and his diplomacy, which is intimidate and wreck and steal things, and his entitlement as a king is really harshly opposed here. And now the power is going to the people. He just can't pull this stuff off like he once did, and it's exhausting him. It is very difficult on his health because this is, oh gosh, this is like his heart and his back and everything. It's as if he could be more cankly, you know, as if he could be more bruised, as if he could be more crazy talk. And in the midst of all this, this is squaring off. It's like the Uranus, the pressure reliever, is daring these two things to do something. And it's like it can't help but fight because these are fixed signs. Something's got to give. And that is what's going to happen with this new eclipse. How is Uranus up here? Circulation in Taurus. That's also what's been making our markets go so wonky, the highs and lows. Oh, don't even get me started on that. Okay, what is this? What is this upheaval for Donald? These are the triggers. And he's, what? This is a trigger. No, he's being told no, or people will not be his contact. I just got Massey. People are unwilling to do this for him. They are not willing to be his scapegoat. They're not willing to carry the water for him. It's just being hung up and falling in line. They're saying, I'm not doing this anymore. Meanwhile, for Donald, he is what he wants to do with all this power. The Page of Pentacles reversed. He wants to take people of no value. And he's challenged in this way, and the fate of this is the government is going to tell him what to do. So these are my talking cards. This is usually like a government card. Or other people are telling him no. This is a government. Okay. It's like a leadership, other government or entity is telling him, oh, I talked to so-and-so and so-and-so. The government is saying, we know about this person, another nation with money, and we know that they advised you on the Ten of Swords reversed. How to keep him in office longer? To stop the bleeding? He's talking to someone that is guiding him. But this entity says, and the message is the Page of Wands reversed. The pages won't do the work. Oh, the pages won't do the work. Oh, gosh, I wonder if this is MAGA ice turning on him. So that's what's being built up. No, I don't want that one. Okay, over here, all the power is with the people now. The people get to say. So this is what's being thrown at him from the people. He's like, there we go, the Three of Cups again. We are so happy together. Did I not just do this reading? We're going to, the Four of Cups. The Ace, 2, 3, the Four of Cups. We're making him rethink everything. And the Six of Wands mob, we don't like your people you hang out with. And we hate how you're treating the migrants. What is this card down here? Four of Swords, laying low. I don't know what that has to do with. Okay. How are you guys doing? Yeah, Mercury's in a station of retrograde right now. Oh, when he does when he does the State of the Union, talk about word salad, he's going to be on the, you guys, it's not going to go well. There goes my throat. Holy shit. Oh, it is going to be so bad, you guys. I'm actually looking forward to that. It's going to be so bad. Too bad we won't have Nancy stealing his thunder and ripping up the papers. Oh my gosh. And then the VP and oh my gosh, the VP and Johnson are going to have to sit there and smile like, this is normal. Yeah, this is normal. Okay, Dennis, in 2024 came up with this thing and had it printed in a few t-shirts and dated that says, God is God, religion is religion. Don't confuse the two. Exactly. I heard they boycotted the State of the... Who boycotted the State of the Union? Oh, the Dems are discussing a boycott. Oh, okay, good. That would be nice. Or maybe one of them can stand up and yell, you lie! Could you imagine? Okay, let me look at this. You guys got any questions? I'm going to look at this here. These are my Saturn. Like I said, you guys, this is very vast. Something will happen. People are going to freak out. But because of the nature of Saturn, Neptune, it's like, well, there's more that we're not seeing here. And there's more that's going to play out. This stuff is not set in stone, but we're just trying to figure these pieces out. Saturn, Neptune, secret groups. Oh, yeah, the Saturn, Neptune also has to do with all of them getting unmasked. Let's hope they get unmasked. Crumbling, dissolving. We did that. Oh, you guys, I found a new asteroid. I'll tell you, when I am looking at these asteroids, and like I look at a certain degree, and I'm like going through all the names, and something just pops out at me, and it's like it will tell a story. And so I was looking at something related to, it was either Saturn and Aries, or it was Epps' chart when he died. And then it pulled in Donald. But you guys, I don't know the number of this asteroid, but look at this asteroid. I mean, how do you name an asteroid? First of all, this, I would have to look up the inspiration on why they named an asteroid this, because I see this as two words. Maybe it's like a different language and you say it differently, but this is showing up in a pattern. Exactly what these mofos were doing with the trafficking and on a ranch or on an island, and the people who were recruited to ride on the bus, whether it was to do this or get, this is a very interesting one, and it moves quickly. Do I have a point where's this bus sticker? Where did it show? No, I made a whole list, and I don't even know where that list is. You guys, it is virtually impossible to keep up with these mofos and all the transits and everything going on. It is just, it's so hard. Now, here's another interesting thing. Don Holio, this is very interesting. So we know that right now Pluto is 4 degrees Aquarius. It just moved out of the 3-degree Aquarius degree. And when I looked at Don Holio's asteroid Epstein, this is where it's been for like months. It retrograde. This is also in his area of bad luck. And what does Pluto do? It destroys. It's destructive. It transmutes things. It creates something new. It has a healing quality about it. So there is no going back with him here. If he wants to try to hide it, no can do. And then we have 5 Aquarius, and I was looking at Don Holio's chart, and I'm like, wait, what? Asteroid gong gong. So I had to, we've talked about this one before in the past, but here I took a screenshot of what gong. I had to look at the mythology because it's a Chinese mythology. It has to do with, here, it's the Chinese water god. Remember, I always said he reminds me of like his drowning, like he floods things and he drowns things to get to overcome things. If he doesn't get the way what he wants, it's like he pulls you under and just tries to drown you in pain. So Gong Gong, it's a Chinese water god who is depicted in Chinese mythology and folktales as having a copper human head with an iron forehead, red hair, and the body of a serpent. Or sometimes the head and torso are human with the tail of a serpent. He is destructive and is blamed for various cosmic catastrophes. In all accounts, Gong Gong ends up being killed, sent into exile, and usually after losing a struggle with another major deity, such as the fire god. And speaking of fire, we're moving into the energetic year of the fire horse. Can you see where this is going? It's kind of telling the story about this water god. He drowned people with water. We're going into the year of the fire horse with this solar new lunar year. Now we were in the year of the snake, and I had said previously Russia has always done poorly with the year of the snake, same as Don Julio. But so we are going into the fire horse, and that seems to take down Gong Gong. This one happens every 60 years. So we got that. We have the Saturn. Neptune is like 4,000 years. And then we have Saturn, Neptune itself, 36 years. So it's a really remarkable time. The horse represents strength and vitality, perseverance, and freedom. Like an old horse, it knows the way, and it works on self-improvement. There is going to be action forward and have momentum. There will be momentum in things where you're progressing. It yearns for decisiveness and independence, passion and boldness, rapid change. It can be impulsive and hot-tempered, courage and leadership. So Don Julio thinks he can be all those things, but the more I was reading this, I'm like, this is the Saturn, Neptune, Aries with the bottom of the chart for the United States and the people. The lucky colors are green, blue, pink, purple, and the numbers 2 and 7. Unlucky colors are black and bright red, and the numbers 1 and 6. Horses, avoid the north and northwest direction. The southeast direction is beneficial. Transportation, agriculture, warfare, trade, decisiveness, independence, momentum, leadership, and resilience. Bold action, personal, something, and energetic pursuits. So this is the other thing we've got going for us. Who are we, the people, with the fire horse year? We, the people, the fire horse year. We, the people, we are the 6 of Swords, getting to calmer waters. I feel like this is also coast to coast and uniting coast to coast across waters. We are covered in We, the People, Fire Horse Year, the Page of Wands, new, young, youthful leadership with vim and vigor and zest to go. Thank goodness. Can't do this anymore. Challenge for We, the People, Fire Horse. Not really a challenge. Kind of. Oh, the Ace of Cups. They're already disappointed. Oh, so their challenge is going to be their disappointment. We, the people with the fire horse year at the foundation, we are working quickly, coming in hot and fast together. We're crowned by the Knight of Pentacles. We're crowned by the Knight of Pentacles. Is this our values? These are people that represent us who are working long. This is nothing to do with Don Julio, that administration. These are leaders, new ideas that they're going to be able to carry in the long term. Okay. What? No, it's just because it's set in stone. Okay. In the past, the fire horse people, we were like 7 of Pentacles. All of our investments have dropped out. We're headed to what? Ooh, 5 of Wands. We are in the middle of a fight with this administration. Leading further out, we are going to get there. The 10 of Wands. We know exactly what we got to do and how we're going to get there. So we're going to get there, you guys. It's going to be a lot of work. How do we, the people, fire horse, see ourselves? The Page of Cups. Youthful, young, vibrant, intuitive, and in love. The environment for us this fire horse year. The 2 of Wands. We have some new ideas out there. We're going to go seize Mar-a-Lago. But we have something to say to you wealthy people around the globe. We're going to take you on is what they're saying. Yeah, because we're pissed off at what the elite, these are the elites. A plan to deal with the elites. The hope for us people during this fire horse year is comfort and security. The 9 of Cups. Our fear, not being able to take action. The Ace of Wands. What happened? What happens next? The 5 of Cups. So we've gotten past Don Julio staring at the 4 of Cups, what I'm doing. What's next? Well, this is the midpoint of where we are. Backs to one another. That one's juggling 3 cups. There's some potential here. I've got a cup. So this is coming together. The Chariot, that is success. We're on our way. The 10 of Swords, we have been so heartbroken. He has really killed it. The 8 of Swords, this is the nightmare, but we can easily escape from. And the Scales of Justice. That is what we want to pursue. Okay, so there we go. How are you guys doing? I'm an Aries born in the year of the fire horse, 1966. Can't wait for this year. That'll be really interesting to hear about. Yes, thank you. Okay. Robin, the asteroid is named in honor of Eric Bustic. Okay, come on. That's a name. A mentor associated, with the MIT Lincoln Lab. Well, that is really interesting, MIT, because that to me says the upper echelons of elite classes and groups of people, kind of like an Epstein class, but we've got the Lincoln Lab fairness. Okay, so are we good? So we're going to wrap it up here, you guys. Thank you so much for coming out. I'm sorry for the, I kind of had a difficult start to this, but we, got right back in the swing of things. We'll see you tomorrow. You know what? At some point, yes, I will go live to do our new moon wishes. I want to get a feeling for how tomorrow goes. And I am going to pop on, what day is tomorrow? Tuesday. I want to pop on again either tomorrow or Wednesday, work on these wishes I just got. You're doing it Tuesday tomorrow. Okay. We'll do the same time. Same time? I have to check some things, but I think that's what we're going to do. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good evening. Okay. We will see you tomorrow. 5-ish. I will get that out tonight, the exact time, okay? Have a good evening. Thank you, Dennis. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Cynthia, we just got to hang in there. Yes, we do. We're going to get through this, you guys. We can no longer sit in I want to say squalor, but we can't, the minutia, what is the word? I can't even think of the word, but something's got to give. We're going to be moving forward. Okay, good night. Good night.